So, you've booked your Disney trip, packed the Mickey ears, and you're picturing the perfect vacation. But here's the thing, Disney World is magical only if you do it right. And the smallest mistake can wreck your day faster than you can say, it's a small world. I've seen it all. Families locked out of rides, people wasting hundreds of dollars on stuff they didn't need, and entire trips derailed by simple planning errors. That doesn't have to be you. In this video, we're breaking down the 17 Disney World mistakes that could ruin your trip, and exactly how to dodge them like a pro. Stick around, because the last few are the kind of insider secrets even Disney veterans still miss. Mistake number 1, operating on old info about park passes. Here's the deal. Until early 2024, you needed both a ticket and a separate park reservation. Disney Park Pass was a thing, and missing that second step was a trip-ruining oversight. But today, that's not true for most of us. If you've got a date-based ticket, the kind tied to specific dates, you can skip the reservation altogether. But listen, there are still ticket categories that do require reservations, and being caught off guard still happens. Annual pass holders, military promo tickets, certain Florida resident options, and discount or group rates often still need park passes. And here's an important update. After July 2025, annual pass holders visiting Magic Kingdom on weekends, even after 2 p.m., still need a reservation thanks to crowd control changes tied to new evening events. So, here's your next move. After buying tickets, add them to the My Disney Experience app. It will tell you right away whether you need a reservation, and if you do, grab it quickly. Those spots can still fill up fast. Mistake number 2, showing up without a plan. This is probably the single most common mistake. A family buys their tickets, shows up, and thinks, we'll just figure it out once we're inside. That might work well at a small regional theme park. It does not work at Disney. Disney World is huge. 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, dozens of hotels, hundreds of restaurants, and miles of property to cover. If you wander in with no plan, here's what's going to happen. You'll spend half your day arguing about what to do, and the other half standing in lines for things you don't even care about that much. But planning doesn't have to mean a strict military-style schedule. The best way to do it is to pick your anchors. Which park you're visiting on which day, the rides that are absolute musts for your group, and 1 or 2 meals you'd love to try. That's it. Having those anchors in place frees you up to be spontaneous without missing out on the core experiences. Some of the best Disney moments are the unplanned ones. A street performer on Main Street, a surprise cavalcade rolling through Epcot, a character waving at you from a balcony. A good plan makes space for magic. No plan leaves you wandering in circles. Mistake number 3, underestimating the size of a Disney World. Let's put this into perspective. Disney World covers 43 square miles. That's about the size of 2 Manhattans. It's not just one park, it's a small city. So when people book breakfast in Animal Kingdom and then lunch at Epcot an hour later, they're setting themselves up for disaster. Just traveling between those 2 parks can take over an hour once you factor in buses, Skyliner transfers, or boats. Add kids, strollers, or crowds, that's your entire morning gone. The insider trick is to cluster your day. Keep your meals and your must-do rides within the same park, and if you want a park hop, make sure you've built in real buffer time. Think of transportation as its own attraction. It's going to take time, and it's better to account for it up front than stress later. And one more thing people forget. Transportation systems like the monorail or Skyliner aren't just rides. They have hours, closures, and delays. Build flexibility into your schedule so no one hiccup doesn't wreck your whole day. Mistake number 4, ignoring the Florida weather. Florida weather is unpredictable in a way that feels personal. In summer, you'll almost always get a downpour in the afternoon. Sometimes it lasts 10 minutes, sometimes an hour. In winter, mornings can be chilly, afternoons hot, and evenings cool again. The mistake? Showing up unprepared. Families get caught in storms with no ponchos and end up paying a small fortune for Disney-branded ones. Or they freeze during a January fireworks show because they thought Orlando was always hot. The easy fix: prepare for everything. Pack lightweight ponchos from home, Bring a portable fan if you're visiting in the summer. Layer up in cooler months so you can adjust as the day goes on. And never underestimate hydration. Walking around in the Florida sun all day will drain you faster than you expect. Pro tip: every quick service restaurant gives out free cups of ice water. That alone can save you from buying bottle after bottle in the parks. Mistake number 5. Wasting Genie Plus on the wrong rides. Genie Plus is Disney's skip-the-line system. Done right, it saves you hours. Done wrong, it's money wasted. And the biggest mistake? Booking it for the wrong attractions. A lot of first-timers will grab a Genie Plus return time for something like Spaceship Earth at Epcot or It's a Small World in Magic Kingdom. Guess what? Those lines rarely get bad enough to need it. Meanwhile, the rides that do have long lines, like Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan's Flight, Slinky Dog Dash, are gone within minutes of the system opening. The way to play it is simple. Know your priorities. At Magic Kingdom, you want Genie Plus for Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan, and sometimes Space Mountain. At Hollywood Studios, grab Slinky Dog Dash, Tower of Terror, or Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. In Animal Kingdom, it's Na'vi River Journey, since Flight of Passage is a separate purchase. And at Epcot, your targets are Frozen Ever After and Test Track. Another mistake? Not booking your reservations as soon as the app allows. At 7 a.m. sharp, you should already be on your phone refreshing. By 8:30, the best rides are gone, and once you've tapped into your first ride, immediately grab the next one. Think of it like a constant relay race. If you wait, you lose. Mistake number 6? Forgetting about transportation bottlenecks. Disney transportation is great, until you're leaving the park at the exact same time as 30,000 other people. Fireworks end, the crowd pours out, and suddenly you're stuck in a sea of people waiting for buses, ferries, or the monorail. I've seen families wait over an hour just to get back to their hotel. The mistake is not planning for that bottleneck. If you've got small kids, that wait at the end of a long day is the perfect recipe for meltdowns. Here are a couple of tricks. If you're staying at a Skyliner resort, head out a few minutes before fireworks and you'll beat the rush. At Magic Kingdom, consider walking to the Contemporary and grabbing a rideshare instead of fighting for a bus. Or flip the script. Don't rush out with the crowd. Grab a snack, find a quiet spot, and let the masses leave first. Sometimes, those extra 30 minutes are the most peaceful part of your night. Mistake number 7. Not booking dining early. If you've ever tried to get into one of Disney's iconic restaurants at the last minute, you already know this is a pain. Dining reservations at Walt Disney World open 60 days in advance, and the most popular spots? They're gone within hours. Cinderella's Royal Table, Be Our Guest, Space 220, Oga's Cantina, Blink, and they're fully booked. A lot of people think, oh, we'll just walk up and see if they have space. Not at Disney. Walk-ups are basically extinct unless you're willing to eat at 3:45 in the afternoon or 9:30 at night. And even then, it's a gamble. So here's how to play the game. Mark your calendar for that 60-day window. If you're staying on Disney property, you can actually book for your whole trip starting 60 days out before your arrival, which gives you a huge advantage. Start with the hardest to get reservations first, even if they're later in your trip, because those will vanish the quickest. But don't panic if you miss something. People cancel all the time. Keep checking the app regularly. I've personally landed last-minute reservations at Be Our Guest the same morning I wanted to go. Persistence really does pay off, and if you're flexible, broaden your options. Sometimes the best meals are at under-the-radar places people overlook, like Sanaa at Animal Kingdom Lodge or Steakhouse 71 at the Contemporary. Mistake number 8. Forgetting midday breaks. This is a huge one, especially for families. Disney is exhausting. You're walking 7, 8, sometimes even 10 miles a day. The sun is hot, the crowds are thick, and the sensory overload is real. Trying to push through from rope drop to fireworks without stopping is a recipe for meltdowns for kids and adults. I've seen it too many times. Parents dragging tired kids through Fantasyland at 3 p.m. Everyone cranky, nobody smiling. That is not the memory you want to bring home. The smarter move is to build breaks into your day. Start early, take advantage of the lighter crowds in the morning, then leave around lunchtime. Go back to your hotel, swim, nap, recharge. Come back in the evening ready to enjoy the parks again. Not only will you feel better, you'll actually see more. Crowds thin out at night, temperatures drop, and you'll be able to ride big attractions with shorter waits. If leaving the park isn't an option, find a quiet spot inside. Magic Kingdom has the shaded paths near Liberty Square. Epcot has tucked away corners in the pavilions. Animal Kingdom has trails where hardly anyone goes. Even just sitting with a snack and people watching can give you the reset you need to finish strong. Mistake number 9. Skipping mobile order. Mobile order is Disney's best-kept convenience secret. Instead of standing in long, quick-service lines, you order food on the My Disney Experience app. Choose a pickup window and walk right up when it's ready. So many people ignore it, then waste 30 minutes in line at Casey's Corner or Woody's Lunchbox. 30 minutes might not sound like much, but at Disney, that's the difference between riding Pirates of the Caribbean or standing in a hot line with a tray of burgers. Here's what you need to know. Order early. Popular spots fill up their pickup windows fast. Woody's Lunchbox can literally run out of availability by mid-morning. If you know you want lunch there, place the order in the app as soon as the park opens and select a later time. Then just stroll up when it's your window. And don't forget, you can mobile order snacks too. That Dole Whip, that Mickey pretzel, skip the stand in Adventureland and grab it through the app. You'll feel like you've hacked the system. Mistake number 10. Not knowing about rope drop and extended hours. This one separates casual visitors from people who really know how to work the parks. Rope drop is when you arrive before the park officially opens, so you're one of the first guests inside. If the park opens at 9, you're there at 8:30 ready to go. Those first 90 minutes are golden. You can ride 2 or 3 headliners before the lines explode. On the flip side, you've also got extended evening hours. If you're staying at a deluxe resort, you get extra time at certain parks after they close to the public. And these hours are a dream. Lines that were 60 minutes all day suddenly drop to 15. You can ride 7 Dwarfs Mine Train, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, or Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind with almost no wait. The mistake is not using these windows. If you only come during the middle of the day, you're fighting peak crowds, peak heat, and peak frustration. Mastering rope drop and evening hours lets you experience the best of the parks with the least stress. Mistake number 11. Overpacking your day bag. This one might sound small, but it matters. People either bring nothing and regret it, or they bring everything and end up hauling around a 20-pound backpack like they're hiking Everest. Both extremes make your day harder. The sweet spot is packing smart. You want ponchos, sunscreen, a portable charger, maybe a light sweater or jacket, and a water bottle. That's it. Snacks are fine, but don't pack half your pantry. You're not going to want to carry all that around all day. And yes, you can bring food and drinks into the park. Disney is surprisingly flexible compared to other theme parks. A couple of granola bars or sandwiches can save you money and tide you over between meals. But keep it light. You'll thank yourself later when you're not digging through a bag the size of a carry-on. Mistake number 12. Not understanding crowd patterns. Crowds at Disney follow predictable patterns, and not knowing them can cost you hours. Here's how it works. Mornings are lighter, midday is chaos, evenings thin out again. Weekdays are generally calmer than weekends. Holiday weeks, brace yourself. The mistake is hitting popular rides at the worst possible times. For example, trying to ride 7 Dwarfs Mine Train at 2 p.m. is asking for a 2-hour wait. But if you hit it at rope drop or during fireworks when everyone's watching the show, you might walk right on. Knowing these patterns lets you zig when everyone else zags. Ride the big attractions early, then save shows, character meets, or slower rides for the afternoon. At night, circle back for the headliners when the crowds are distracted by fireworks. Mistake number 13. Ignoring the hidden costs. Disney isn't cheap to begin with, but where most people really get blindsided is the hidden costs that add up fast. Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, parking fees, bottled water, snacks, stroller rentals, locker rentals. It's all piles on. The mistake is assuming the ticket price is the whole cost. That ticket might get you through the gates, but It's everything inside that slowly drains your wallet. A family of 4 can easily drop hundreds in a single day if they're not careful. The smarter move is budgeting for the extras before you arrive. Decide in advance whether you'll buy Genie Plus each day or only at certain parks. Bring refillable water bottles and snacks to avoid constant impulse buys. If you're renting a stroller, consider bringing your own. Disney's are expensive and not exactly the most comfortable. Think of every possible add-on and ask yourself, do we really need this? Disney will happily sell you convenience. Sometimes it's worth it, but when you know the game, you get to choose where to spend instead of being caught off guard. Mistake number 14, skipping the freebies. This one blows my mind because Disney actually has a surprising number of freebies, and most guests completely overlook them. And when you're already spending thousands on a vacation, who doesn't love the word free? You can get free ice water at every quick service restaurant, free celebration buttons from guest services like First Visit, Happy Birthday, and I'm Celebrating, free maps, activity books in Epcot's World Showcase, and even free samples at certain spots in Disney Springs. Kids can collect Wilderness Explorer badges at Animal Kingdom or KidCot stamps in Epcot, both totally free and surprisingly fun. Even transportation like the Skyliner or monorail can feel like an extra attraction without costing a dime. The mistake is walking right past all of these and missing out on the extras that make your trip feel special without draining your wallet. Freebies might not be headline attractions, but they're the details that create those only at Disney memories. Mistake number 15, treating every park the same. Each Disney park has its own personality. Magic Kingdom is classic fantasy. Epcot is global culture and futuristic thrills. Hollywood Studios is movie magic and big-ticket rides. Animal Kingdom is about animals, nature, and immersive theming. The mistake is treating them all like just another theme park and trying to do the same formula in each one. If you show up at Epcot expecting a Magic Kingdom-style day, you'll be disappointed. If you rush through Animal Kingdom without exploring the trails or watching Festival of the Lion King, you're missing half of the park's soul. The secret is leaning into each park's strengths. Spend time exploring World Showcase and Epcot. Let yourself wander Pandora at night in Animal Kingdom. Don't just ride rides, absorb the vibe. Each park is its own world, and when you approach it that way, the experience multiplies. Mistake number 16, overlooking the small details. One of the biggest mistakes people make at Disney is rushing so much that they blow past the details. And the details are where Disney shines. Hidden Mickeys in the architecture, interactive elements in ride queues, live performers who pop up in random corners. When you only focus on the list, writing every headliner, checking every box, you miss the artistry that makes Disney more than just rides. Slow down. Notice the forced perspective on Main Street that makes the castle look bigger. Listen to the background music shifting from one land to another. Look at the carvings in the Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom. Disney Imagineers poured decades of thought into those details, and they're part of what makes the parks timeless. The mistake is treating it like a checklist. The magic is often hiding in plain sight. Mistake number 17, letting stress take over. This is the most important mistake of all, because it's the one that truly ruins the magic. Disney is busy, expensive, and overwhelming. Lines get long, rides break down, kids get cranky, adults lose patience. It's easy to let stress overshadow the whole trip. But here's the truth. You can plan everything perfectly and something will still go wrong. Maybe the weather turns. Maybe your favorite ride breaks down. Maybe you spill a Dole Whip on your shirt. That's just Disney life. The difference between a ruined trip and a magical one isn't what happens, it's how you react. Laugh at the hiccups, adjust your plans, and remember why you're there. Nobody goes home saying, "The line was 30 minutes longer than I expected." They remember the hugs with Mickey, the fireworks over the castle, the way it felt to be together in a world built on imagination. The biggest mistake you can make is forgetting that the trip isn't about perfection. It's about the moments in between. And that's the list. 17 Disney World mistakes that can totally wreck your trip if you're not ready for them. Now you know how to plan smarter, save time, and still keep that Disney magic alive from start to finish. But I want to hear from you. What's the biggest Disney mistake you've ever seen, or maybe even made yourself? Drop it in the comments because your story might help another traveler avoid the same headache. If you've enjoyed this video and want even more insider tricks, check out the video on screen now for the secrets Disney doesn't want you to know. And don't forget to grab your free Disney planning sheets over at castlecompass.com. They'll save you hours of stress before you even step into the parks. Thanks for watching, friends. Your adventure is just beginning.